Hey everyone, welcome back to Simplilearn's YouTube channel. If you are a Figma user or a designer, today's video is going to be a game changer. We are diving into the top 20 Figma plugins that will take your design workflow to the next level. Whether you are new to Figma or a pro, these plugins are going to save you tons of time, boost your creativity, and make the entire design process way smoother. So what exactly is a Figma plugin? Figma is already an incredible design tool, but plugins are like superpowers that make it even better. So they are little add-ons you can install directly in Figma to help you do things faster and more efficiently. Need to automate repetitive tasks like aligning elements, creating mockups, or exporting assets? There's a plugin for that. Or want to generate dummy text, icons, or images for a quick mockup? There's a plugin for that too. Or do you want to add cool animations or try out different styles without starting from scratch? Plugins can handle that. So essentially, they fill in the gaps that Figma doesn't cover by default, and they're really easy to use. So let's dive straight into the video. Okay, so let's start with AI rename layers. So have you ever looked at your Figma project and seen a mess of layers, all called as frame 1, group 2, and so on? So it can get really confusing, especially when you're working on big projects. But with this particular plugin, you don't have to worry about renaming layers yourself anymore. Here's how it works. You select a bunch of layers, go to plugins and run it. You can also describe the context if you want, rename the layers, and boom, it renamed your layers. It understood that this is the content areas, these are the content areas, and this is the main shape, and this is the image. Pretty cool, isn't it? So like for example, if there is a button inside a frame, it might rename it a primary button or main frame, making it much easier to navigate your file. And the best part is you can do this for hundreds of layers at once, and it saves you a ton of time, especially when you have a big project with lots of elements. And it's super handy and keeps your layers organized without any extra effort on your part. Now, if you have ever worked in Photoshop and wanted to switch over to Figma without losing any of your design work, then you're going to love this next plugin that we are talking about. It's called Codia AI PSD to Figma. So basically, it lets you import your Photoshop files directly into Figma. And here's the best part, everything stays editable. The layers, groups, masks, it's all preserved. So let's just run this. So here you can just drag and drop, or you can, upload your image from your file. So as you can see, it's scanning the image. And as you can see, in just a few seconds, the plugin is importing the whole file into Figma. Yes, it's done. Let's see. Wow. As you can see that I can click any layers in this particular frame and it's editable. And I can change the color, resize it, or move it around like this, just like I would do in Photoshop. So it's convenient, especially if you have old designs in PSD format that you want to update in Figma. And don't worry about the file size. This plugin works with files up to 1 GB, so even large projects are of no problem. Now next, let's talk about an awesome creator who's called Double Glitch, and he's developed some really impressive advanced prototyping techniques. Now, one standard project is his cursor tracking tutorial. So this basically lets you track your mouse movements directly within Figma. So this means you can showcase how users interact with your design, like hovering over buttons or navigating across different elements, making your project feel more dynamic and realistic. So let's just see a few examples of his. Let's just run this. Wow, as you can see in action how the cursor follows along as you move it across the design. It's a great way to make your prototype more engaging, especially when you're presenting to clients or testing out user flows. Wow, this is just amazing. So instead of just showing the static screens, this adds a layer of interactivity that makes your design feel closer to a fully functional product. This is super cool. But that's not all. Double Glitch has also created a technique for parallax effects, like this right inside Figma. So if you're unfamiliar, parallax scrolling gives your design a sense of depth by having different elements move at varying speeds as you scroll. So let's just play this and see how it works. Wow, pretty cool. So it's typically something you'd need advanced animation software for, but now you can do directly right inside Figma. Let's see some more examples. Okay, this is one kind of example. See, so all these type of animations, advanced animations, can be done with this particular plugin. So you can bring your designs to life with these smooth animations and transitions, adding a whole new level to your presentation. Now, next plugin that we have is HTML to Design. So this plugin is a game changer for anyone looking to convert a website into a fully editable Figma design. So it's pretty simple. Let's just see how. So you basically just have to type your URL over here, like whichever website's design you want to introspect, and then just import it. It will take a few seconds. You can see the magic happening in the background. So you just had to simply input the URL of the site you want to replicate and hit the import button, and boom. And you have this, the editable Apple website. So you will have a customizable design right in your Figma workspace. Now you might wonder why you would want to convert a website to a design rather than the other way around. So the thing is, if you're just starting out in UI, the plugin is a perfect tool for learning. So it basically lets you explore how different websites are structured. So what design elements they use and how they achieve the aesthetic, so that you can get inspiration from them and also get a clear idea on how they have done it and then use it for your project. So analyzing existing projects is a great way to build your design skills, and this plugin helps you so much for that purpose. As you can see, all the layers is editable. All the layers are editable. So this is pretty cool. This is pretty helpful. Now next up is a plugin that's going to be super useful for anyone who loves Google Fonts. So it's called Google Fonts Unofficial, and gives you direct access to the full Google Fonts library right inside Figma. So here's how the trick works. Let's say I have a text block in my design that I want to style. So I can open the plugin, search for any Google font and apply it to my text instantly, just like this. How easy was that? Now you can also, filter the style or even find fonts that fit a certain vibe or look. Plus, if you want to download the font for use outside Figma, it gives you a link for that too. So you can save the font over here. You can preview the font. Now there are some super tools inside this itself. As you can see, there are color palettes, color gradients. So this is Google Fonts, which we already saw. Then we have illustrations. You have image picker, gradients, mesh gradient. So it's super convenient to keep all your font choices consistent across your projects. And the best part is that you don't have to, go out of Figma and search for fonts or styles anymore. So this is pretty convenient. Now, if you're looking for a plugin that gives you a massive library of UI elements, then you have got to try Slide UI. So it has over 10,000 premium UI assets that you can drag and drop into your design. So basically like buttons, forms, cards, navigation bars, you name it, we can just drag and drop. So let's see how this works. So let's just run it. And the cool thing is everything is organized by theme. So like you can select from light mode, dark mode. If you want a dashboard, you can select that. If you want a testimonial selection, you can select that. There are tons of features like menu, services, about us, pricing. So for example, if I like this particular design, what I have to do is I just have to drag it and drop it into my Figma canvas. Pretty simple. And even here, all the elements are editable. I can edit this thing. I can edit this particular icon. So this is also pretty handy, pretty helpful. So, it's not that always if you have an idea, you have to go about designing this stuff. You can also, so just see how helpful these plugins are. It saves a lot of manual work. And all the components here, as you see, are responsive thanks to the auto layout, and they come with frames and constraints already set up. So you don't need to do much adjustments. So whether you are working on mobile or desktop designs, this plugin has something for you. And since all the elements are modern and well designed, it helps you create polished UIs really quickly. So now, before we move on to the next plugin, if you are interested in a career in UI UX, then kickstart your design career with the Caltech CTME UI UX Bootcamp provided by Simplilearn. So it's an immersive GenAI powered program designed to equip you with hands-on experience in cutting-edge design tools and techniques. This bootcamp offers a prestigious certification from Caltech CTME along with up to 10 continuing education units. We'll build a professional design portfolio through capstone projects, get end-to-end mentor support, and master 21 essential UI UX tools like Figma, Notion, and Maze. The program also includes masterclasses by Caltech instructors and industry experts. So with Simplilearn's Job Assist, gain visibility from top hiring companies and take your first step towards becoming a UI UX design expert. Enroll now to transform your career and showcase your expertise. You can find the course link in the description box and pinned comments. Now let's move on to our next plugin. So if you love playing with gradients and want to add more flair to your designs, then you definitely have to check out Super Mesh Gradient provided by Angelou Libero. So this plugin lets you create super dynamic gradients with cool textured features. Let's just see how. Let's just run the plugin. So here's how it works. First of all, you have to select the color palette. So pink and green is already selected. Let's select more colors. We'll select a bit of gray. Okay, this is gray. We can even change the shapes. If you want, we can try the rectangle. You can keep it ellipse, you can keep it square. Gray doesn't look that good. Let's go back to red itself. Yes, red is fine. You can even change the ratio, but let's just keep it 1:1. And as you can see, you can just drag around the points of gradients and adjust the gradient's direction and position. And you can even add grain for that extra bit of texture. For example, if you want to increase the grain, you can just increase the opacity. Let's just keep it here. Yeah. You can change the scale. You can blur it. So as you can see, as I adjust the settings here, you can see the gradient change in real time on my canvas. So you can use it for background buttons or any other design elements. So for example, also you can, save it in different resolutions and add it to your canvas. Here I am adding to my canvas. Let's see. Yes. So here we got an image, and you can actually use this, for background effects or to design your element, which is pretty cool and pretty simple. So this was it about Super Mesh Gradient. So now next we are talking about Inima. So if you are into animations and want more control over them in Figma, then Inima lets you create super smooth transitions between frames. So here you can control the frame rate, tweak the timing, and even choose how the motion flows from one element to another. So let's see, we have two frames with two shapes. So first thing you have to do is to create flows between them and make sure that the flows stays in Smart Animation. Now after that, you just have to run the plugin. So here what you have to do is you just have to select the elements which has Smart Animation. You can change the frame per second, speed, size, anything, and you just have to render the animate. So this might take some time, so I'll just show you how this would particularly look like and in what circumstances you can use Smart Animation for. So these are some of the examples where you can use Smart Animation. You can use it for rotation, you can use it to fill the colors, you can use it for opacity, like this. You can use it for scaling up, and also you can use for changing the position like this. So these are some of the circumstances that you would use Smart Animation for. Now next we are talking about iChart plugin. So the iChart plugin is a lifesaver for anyone needing to create charts in Figma. So instead of manually building graphs, iChart lets you quickly generate bar, pie, or line charts by inputting your data directly. So whether you have a dataset ready or need to enter numbers on the fly, this plugin does the work for you, producing clean, customizable charts right on your Figma. So let's just explore this particular plugin. Let's just run this plugin. Wow, this is pretty cool. So you can actually, enter your data set over here, and you have a variety of charts like bar graph, line graph, pie charts. And you can also, easily tweak the colors, labels, and layout to match your design style. So it'll be perfect for dashboards, reports, or UI projects. So as you can see, if you're regularly working with data, iChart speeds up the process and keeps everything within Figma. As you can see, you can fetch the data and generate the chart. So it's a must-have tool for smooth data visualization. So now let's dive into Stippling plugin, an awesome tool created by Figma Pro Vijay Verma. So this plugin is ideal for adding intricate dot patterns to your design, making it perfect for both UI work and artistic graphic projects like posters or illustrations. So it replaces a classic stippling art technique but entirely by Figma. So this is super simple. So for example, I have this image over here. So let's just work on this image. Let's go to plugin. Okay, let's run this. So as you can see, it actually created a dotted image for me. So you can increase the spacing. I think this is fine. You can increase the size. You can increase or decrease the brightness and just generate it. So you can customize everything. So the closer the dots, the more intricate the design is. Spreading them out creates a more minimalistic and artistic way. So this plugin is fantastic for giving your designs a textured, handmade look without needing to use any other software. So if you're looking for a vintage, artistic touch, or just something different for your UI elements, then Stippling makes it easy. So it's a great addition for any designer wanting to boost creativity right inside Figma. Now next we have Content Reel. So this fantastic plugin allows you to quickly fill your designs with realistic text and images. So it offers various libraries containing elements like names, addresses, emails, and even currencies. So what you have to do is, for example, I just have these two shapes. So I want to fill these shapes with images. So I just select one avatar. I just select this design, select this avatar, and boom. How cool was that? So I can go to image and I want some other avatar. So this is how you can actually fill. And if you want to fill the text, you can, create a text box, go to text, choose a style and fill it. So you have text, image, icon, so many varieties. The thing is, with just a click, your selected layers will be populated with relevant content. So this is incredibly useful when you're working on prototypes or mockups and need to visualize how your design will look with actual data. So the thing is, instead of wasting time typing in dummy text, you can focus on the creative aspects of your design, and it's a time saver. Now next is Fast Isometric. So if you have ever wanted to add some depth to your designs, this plugin is for you. It allows you to convert your 2D designs into isometric views effortlessly, just like this. So you can just move around and effortlessly create isometric views. So you can create isometric shapes by simply adjusting the parameters also, and this capability can be particularly useful when designing graphics or user interfaces that requires 3D appearance. So with Fast Isometric, you can enhance your visual storytelling and make your design stand out by adding a unique perspective. Also, you can, explore the skew section where you can just rotate it by changing the angle. So this is a go-to plugin for isometric views. So moving on to Unsplash. Unsplash is a well-known platform offering a vast collection of high-quality, royalty-free images. So the Unsplash plugin for Figma makes it super easy to access this library. So let's just open. So you can search for any image directly within your Figma project and import it with a single click. So this is fantastic for those times when you need stunning visuals like these, but don't have the time or resources to create them from scratch. So whether you're looking for background images, illustrations, or any other type of graphics, Unsplash provides a seamless way to enhance your designs. So it's also a great resource for maintaining a professional look in your projects without any licensing concerns. Pretty handy, isn't it? So next on the list is Autoflow. So this plugin is all about efficiency when it comes to creating user flows. It allows you to draw connections between shapes and frames quickly. So let's just open this in Figma. So you just have to select an element, press the shift key, select the next element, and yes, you have a flow. And the best part is you can even, name this flow. Like anything, I can just add a random text, and this is particularly useful when you want to explain what the flow is. Like, if you want to explain the flow, like why this is going from here to here, you can actually give the explanation over here, which will be pretty easy for you while you'll be giving your presentations. And also, if you need to reposition your shapes, you can run the plugin again and it updates the connections for you. So this feature is especially handy for wireframing and prototyping user journeys, making it easy to visualize how users will navigate through your app or website. And it saves you from the tedious task of manually drawing lines from each element and ensures the flows are neat and organized. So next we have Stark. It is used to check the accessibility of the designs. So Stark offers various tools. As you can see, the color contrast checker, the vision simulator, and typography analyzer all in one place. So with the color contrast checker, you can ensure the text is readable against its background, which is crucial for users with visual impairments. Now the vision simulator lets you see how your designs will look to people with different types of color blindness. And by using Stark, you can identify and fix accessibility issues before handing off your designs to developers. So ensuring that your end product is usable for a wider audience. Now next on the list is Iconly Pro. So this plugin features an extensive library of thousands of beautifully crafted icons in 6 different layers. And you know what the best part is? All these icons are of SVG format, which means you can scale them without losing quality. So let's just see. So whether you need icons for navigation, buttons, or any other UI elements, Iconly Pro has got you covered. With such a wide variety, you can easily find icons that fit the aesthetic of your project. You can go to your right-hand side and also search for any particular icon. So the ability to customize in colors and sizes makes it even more versatile. So having access to such a robust icon library at your fingertips can really speed up your design process and improve the quality of your designs. Now moving on to type scales, if you're ever in doubt about the hierarchy of your typography, for example, this plugin will simplify the process. So it allows you to create a proportional and consistent type scale within just a few clicks. So let's just see the options over here. So as you can see, you can start by specifying your base font, the base size, and choosing from various other scale factors which dictate how the other sizes relates to your base size. And once you hit the generate button, you receive a perfectly structured type scale that can be applied throughout your design. So this is especially useful for maintaining the visual consistency in your typography and ensuring that your text elements work together and have some type of consistency. Now next we have the mockup plugin. So it offers a vast collection of high quality mockups that make presenting your designs a breeze. So you simply have to select a design. As you can see, there are mockups for mobile separately, for iPads, for MacBook, even for Apple Watch. So you just have to select a mockup. For example, let's just select this, click the arrow and select the layer, crop it, and as you can see, your mockup is ready. So you can even customize the colors of the devices, giving you the flexibility to match your design's aesthetic. So having access to such a comprehensive library of mockups saves time and enhances the professionalism of your presentations. Now next is the contrast plugin. Now this is designed to help you evaluate the color contrast and text contrast in the background elements. So as you know, accessibility is a crucial part of design, especially for users with visual impairments. And contrast helps you ensure that your designs meet industry standards for readability. So using this plugin is very simple. You have to run the plugin, scan it, and here I don't have any issues. Like my design is okay. I don't have any issues. So you simply have to select the text and background layers you want to check and run the contrast plugin. So it instantly shows you the contrast ratio also and between the colors. Now according to the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, your text should have a minimum contrast ratio of 4:5:1 for normal text and 3:1 for larger texts. And also if the contrast is too low, the plugin will notify you and you can experiment with different colors right inside the plugin. And now finally, we have breakpoints. So this plugin is crucial for creating responsive layers, as you can see here. So it allows your design to preview how your layouts will adapt to different screen sizes without keeping the plugin open. So you can set breakpoints for various devices, enabling you to see how your design will look on mobile, tablet, and desktop views. This feature is incredibly helpful for collaborating with developers as it provides them with clear guidance on how the design should behave across devices. So you can even share your prototypes with your team, making it easy for feedback and iterate quickly. So this was it about breakpoints. And there you have it. Those are some of the most powerful and time-saving Figma plugins you can start using right now. So whether you're looking to streamline your workflow, add more creativity to your designs, or just make your life easier, these plugins have you covered.
Staying ahead in your career requires continuous learning and upskilling. Whether you're a student aiming to learn today's top skills or a working professional looking to advance your career, we've got you covered. Explore our impressive catalog of certification programs in cutting-edge domains, including data science, cloud computing, cybersecurity, AI, machine learning, or digital marketing. Designed in collaboration with leading universities and top corporations and delivered by industry experts, choose any of our programs and set yourself on the path to career success. Click the link in the description to know more.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.